Did you just hear about Prop Night and how it's a fun horror game inspired by Dead by Daylight and prop hunt elements, which leaves you wondering what killers are in the game? Well, stay tuned here because I'll be discussing all of the killers, their abilities, gameplay style, and I hope you narrow down which killer is best for you. Also stick to the end of the video since we'll be discussing a killer who is not in the open beta. Quick summary: Prop Night developed by Fantastic, who've also made these other games, just dropped Prop Night on us. And similar to Dead by Daylight, there are 5 generators that need to be fixed in order to escape the killer who is trying to deny your escape. The main key difference is its prop hunt element, being able to turn into anything in the map and provide some serious fun as a survivor. But what about the available killers? What do they do? Well, we have 3 playable killers in the open beta and 1 more that was not included in the open beta, which we'll talk about at the end of the video. Starting off with Banshee, one of the scariest nuns out here. Her first ability, Curse. She curses the machine to make it more difficult to repair for the survivors, so there will be more skill checks that the survivors need to go through a cursed machine in order to fully repair it. Curse has a 30-second cooldown. Next, Banshee has Scream. She will scream towards the direction she is facing, limited to a certain radius, which will deal damage and show everyone who is affected. Scream also has a 30-second cooldown. Her third ability is Fly, which allows her to fly in any direction. This one's tricky to understand at first, but you'll fly at any direction you face. So if you face towards the player, you'll fly towards the player. If you face at the sky, you'll fly up. So it's pretty good, but it was very hard to understand at first. This one is a rechargeable ability, so if you only let it charge halfway, you'll only be flying for the half amount of the time you could have if you fully charged it. Finally, her passive Hunt. The killer will gradually increase in speed as the chase keeps going on. The long chases are not ideal for survivors since she will eventually catch up thanks to her passive ability. Our next killer on the list is Granny. Her first ability is Mine, which allows her to place a knife on a machine, and when the knife detects a survivor, it will target that survivor. So if the survivor is low enough, it'll kill them. Mine has a 10-second cooldown. Next, we have Astral. This ability makes Granny go invisible and gain speed for a short period of time. It's really good to sneak up on wandering survivors. Also, this ability only has a 24-second cooldown. Then we have Throw. She'll tomahawk a knife to a survivor, but this skill does require some aim in order to hit the survivor she's chasing. Throw does have a 2-second cooldown also. And our Granny also shares the same passive as Banshee, being Hunt, which will also gradually increase her speed while chasing the survivor. Our third killer is Imposter. His first ability is Overload, which overloads all unrepaired prop machines to detect survivors who may be repairing those machines and can see the outline of those survivors repairing a broken machine through walls. Overload has a 60-second cooldown with the right reason. It's really strong. It tells you where the survivors are. Next, we have Spy. This ability allows our killer to change his appearance to one of the survivors. It won't let you choose, but it won't give you a survivor who has already been eliminated, and if there is only one survivor, this ability is near useless. The third ability is Prop, which allows the killer to have the same ability as her survivors to morph into any highlighted prop. Yeah, he's pretty OP in my experience, not gonna lie. And for his passive, we have Hunt again, which gradually increases our killer's speed as the chase towards the survivor keeps going on. And our fourth killer, who at least for me was not available in the open beta, but maybe for certain individuals or maybe people who have certain exclusive access, for example IGN, we have Keymaster. This killer is also the cover of Prop Night, and to my knowledge, we have his first ability, Spectral Eyes. For a temporary amount of time, it will allow him to see nearby teenagers highlighted. His next ability, the name is unknown, but we do see him shoot projectiles to a player, kind of like Granny's throw ability, but this one explodes, so it may have an area of effect damage included. The third ability of Keymaster is unknown at the time of recording this since his time in the game was very limited and exclusive. If you do happen to know yourself, please feel free to comment it down in the comments. Lastly, his passive can be safe to assume it will be the same as the rest of the other 3 killers, Hunt, or else he would definitely be at a great speed disadvantage compared to his other killer buddies. So those were our 4 killers that we have seen from Prop Night so far. It's really fun to play as either the killer or survivor. This game has great potential. Definitely consider giving this game a try with some friends if you didn't have the chance to play the open beta. It will release on November 30th. These killers are a lot of fun to play, and I like to add that they are not perfect. It is an open beta, and in my experience of Imposter, it was pretty strong compared to Banshee and Granny. Yes, I'm pretty butthurt and bitter about that, but there's plenty of time. Plus, the props can bully the killer by jumping on top of their head, Mario style, blinding / stunning the killer for a while. Anyways, if you guys found the video informative or helpful, please drop a like. That will let me know it was helpful, and definitely consider subscribing to stay up to date with any horror news, update, guide, release dates, or walkthroughs. It's about that time in the video which I go. Happy prop hunting as a killer, and thank you for your time.